It's 5:30 in the morning, perfect spot, still water, trolling motor humming. Then, 1 hour and 47 minutes in, the motor slows, not a sputter, not a warning, just gone. You look down at the battery you bought 3 months ago. Long lasting, 100 amp hours. Marine grade, dead. This isn't bad luck, it's a system. The fishing battery industry has been exploiting a single dirty loophole in how batteries are rated for decades, and they have zero incentive to stop because dead batteries mean repeat customers. Today, I'm naming 6 of the worst offenders. 6 batteries sold on the promise of all-day power that will die in 2 hours or less. I'll show you the exact science they hide behind the label. And by the end of this video, you'll never buy a fishing battery blind again. Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video where we uncover the secrets they don't want you to know. Stay until the end because the one spec they never print on the label is the one that'll actually save you money. Let's get into it. Number 6, the Wyze 12 volt 100 amp hour AGM deep cycle battery. You've seen it all over Amazon. The price looks like a deal. Thousands of 4-star reviews. The listing says deep cycle, maintenance free, trolling motor compatible. Sounds right. Here's the thing. There is no third-party discharge testing, no published C-rate curves, no disclosed plate thickness, just a number on a sticker with no accountability to the angler at the boat ramp. At this price point, manufacturers shave lead plate thickness to the minimum required to pass one test, the C20 rating. That test measures capacity at a 5 amp drain over 20 hours. 5 amps. Your trolling motor pulls 30 to 50. The moment that load hits those thin plates, they heat up, voltage sags, and the battery shuts down inside 90 minutes. The Amazon reviews tell the whole story. 5-star buyers use it for solar and UPS backup. 1-star buyers are anglers. Same battery. Completely different outcomes based on how hard you pull it. Translation, the label says 100 amp hours. The trolling motor says 2 hours. The lake doesn't care which one is lying. It's not a battery. It's a promise the water will break before lunch. Number 5, the Renogy 12 volt 100 amp hour deep cycle AGM battery. Anglers grab Renogy because the amp hour numbers look competitive and the price sits mid-market. What Renogy isn't advertising on the fishing forums, Renogy is a solar company. Laughs, let that sit. Their AGM batteries are engineered for solar applications. Solar draws 5 to 10 amps over many hours. Trolling motors draw 30 to 50 amps over a short, brutal session. Those are fundamentally different electrical demands. Sure, and the plate chemistry optimized for one destroys itself under the other. The tackle industry doesn't want you to know that cell chemistry matters as much as the number on the label. That's why Renogy publishes 0 real-world discharge curves at high C rates, because those numbers would end the sale before it started. Run this battery through 50 aggressive trolling motorcycles and you'll watch the capacity fall off a cliff. That's not a defect, that's physics. Translation, you bought a solar battery and put it in a boat. The battery's confused, so is your motor, right before it stops. A solar powerhouse, a trolling motor disaster. If this is already blowing your mind, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Number 4, the Interstate SRM series. Deep cycle marine battery, the old standby. The budget recommendation, every best pick list calls it reliable. What those lists skip, it's a flooded lead acid battery. Technology from the 1800s, still being sold in 2026 as a serious choice for anglers. Snorts, flooded batteries suffer the steepest Peugeot penalty of any chemistry on the market. At 50 amps draw, a 100 amp hour, flooded battery delivers fewer than 45 usable amp hours. That's under 1 hour of full throttle power, and it gets worse. Flooded batteries need regular water refilling. They're uniquely vulnerable to boat vibration. Every deep discharge cycle physically erodes the lead plates, and manufacturers built the price knowing you'd need a replacement in 2 to 3 years. Replacement is the business model. Longevity was never the product. Translation, it's a budget battery that earns its budget label by dying on a budget timeline. Cheap to buy, expensive to trust. And if you're finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Number 3, the Bass Pro Shops Power Series. Deep Cycle AGM Marine Battery. Premium priced disappointment with a recognizable name. 3-year warranty. Underwater performance built for serious anglers. Sounds authoritative. I bet you didn't know Bass Pro Shops doesn't manufacture batteries. They're a retailer. The Power Series is a private label product sourced from third-party manufacturers. Specifications are driven by retail margin, not angler performance. You're paying a brand premium for commodity AGM chemistry that carries the exact same C20 loophole as every other battery on this list. At 30 amps draw, a 100 amp hour AGM delivers roughly 2 hours of runtime. That's not a Bass Pro problem specifically, and no, sorry, it's an AGM problem universally. But Bass Pro is charging trophy money for a commodity solution. The giveaway? It's heavier than lithium alternatives with zero performance advantage, a penalty acknowledged even by reviewers who recommend it. Translation: you're buying the store brand of a product that was already overpriced. This is fishing behind the curtain. Convenience store chemistry in Bass Pro packaging. Number 2, the Optima Blue Top D34M. This one has a cult following. Anglers defend it online. Tournament fishermen put it on their spec sheets. The blue top, the spiral cell, the premium price, it feels like authority. The industry has done exceptional work building that perception. Here's what's actually under the cap. The blue top is dual purpose, cranking and deep cycle. That sounds like a feature. It's a compromise. A battery engineered to do two things does neither at full spec. Its deep cycle capacity is architecturally constrained by the cranking requirement baked into the design. Optima knows the complaints exist. They published a public blog post, still live, titled "Optima Batteries Suck the Truth." When a brand has to write a defense article about its own product, the complaints got loud enough to demand damage control. And the blue top carries a 2-year marine warranty. Optima's own car batteries get 3 years. They give car owners more protection than they give anglers. Translation: you paid a premium for a starting battery moonlighting as a deep cycle. It's like hiring a sprinter to run a marathon and wondering why he collapses at mile 3. Beautiful engineering for your garage wall. A liability on the water. Number 1, the Mighty Max ML 100-12 AGM. The most purchased trolling motor compatible battery on Amazon. Thousands of units sold weekly, and its product description lists golf carts, children's toys, and consumer electronics as target applications in the same sentence as your trolling motor. That's not a paraphrase. That is live on the listing. The heavy-duty calcium alloy grid they brag about? A cost-cutting measure. Calcium replaced antimony in the lead plates to reduce self-discharge during warehouse storage, not to improve deep cycle performance. This battery is optimized for sitting on a shelf. Users report the motor visibly slowing after 2 passes around a small lake, not in a day. 2 passes. Translation: they took a warehouse. Backup battery, typed Minn Kota compatible into the title, and charge you fishing money for it. That's what fishing behind the curtain looks like, right on the Amazon listing. It's not a trolling motor battery. It's a shelf sitter in fishing clothing. The lake will prove it inside of 2 hours. Every battery on this list exploits the same loophole. The C20 amp hour rating, measured at a 5 amp crawl in a lab, useless as a predictor of 30 to 50 amp trolling motor performance. The industry didn't stumble into this standard. They kept it because dead batteries create repeat customers. Here's your auditor checklist. 1. Demand the C-rate discharge curve at 30 plus amps. If they won't publish it, walk away. 2. Calculate your actual runtime. Take 50% of the rated amp hours. Divide by your motor's average amp draw. That's your real number. 3. Never buy a dual-purpose battery for trolling. A battery that does everything does nothing well. Under sustained load. 4. If the listing mentions golf carts, solar panels, or toys, it was not engineered for your trolling motor. Full stop. Stop being a victim of the rating game. Start auditing the spec sheet like your day on the water depends on it. Because it does. Let me know in the comments which battery on this list hit closest to home. And if you want to see more of the side of the industry they don't want you to see, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one.